Sloths play an important role in the tropical forests of the Americas. In a healthy forest, there should be a lot of sloths eating various leaves and fruits. Sloths are ecosystem engineers. Each time they eat leaves, the trees respond by growing more leaves. More trees and more leaves mean more oxygen and more shade. They also recycle these nutrients back into the environment every time they take a poop, which is not too often. As their poop breaks down, it fertilizes the soil. Nutrients are used by the trees that the sloths utilize. By recycling nutrients, they maintain their own restaurant. This also ensures that future generations of sloths will have a forest that feeds them. At the other end of the food web, sloths play an important role as prey to ocelots, jaguars, and harpy eagles. Sloths are a valuable piece of the biome puzzle, but that's not it. On the sloth is another biome, a microbiome. When sloths go to the bathroom, moths come out of their fur. At least 5 species of moths live only in the fur of sloths. When sloths poop, female moths leave their hairy homes to lay their eggs in the sloth poop. Many adult females jump back on and get a free ride up to the top of the canopy. Others miss out and can become prey to a variety of animals. Once the eggs hatch, the larvae eat the sloth poop for nutrients. Several species of beetles, whose larvae also eat sloth poop, can be found living in sloth fur too. Occasionally, monkeys and birds will come up to a sloth and eat the bugs from their fur. They're like a slow-moving buffet. Sloth fur, which naturally has microcracks, even helps several species of algae to grow. During the rainy season, sloths are green due to the algae, and during the dry season, more brown. Some scientists believe that the algae help them stay camouflaged. Moving slow and looking like their environment is the primary adaptation of avoiding predation. Microscopic organisms like protozoans, amoebas, protists, and fungi also live on sloth fur. Researchers are currently looking at the fungal species as treatment for malaria, Chagas disease, and even breast cancer. The microbiome on sloths could help save lives, but for us to find out, we need to save sloths and their habitats. There are 6 species of sloths, and all populations are in decline. 4 out of 6 species are affected by habitat loss due to deforestation and wildfires. The other 2 are also affected by habitat loss due to land use change. When there are no forests, there are no trees, and that means no habitat for sloths. When we save the sloths, we save their home and all the lesser known and endangered plants and animals that also live there. When forests get fragmented, it is very difficult for sloths to find food and mates. And while wildfires are a huge problem for sloths, traveling by ground is also dangerous. Sloths can be hit by cars, attacked by dogs, hunted for sustenance, captured for the sloth selfie trade, or sold as pets. Luckily, there are many things we can do to save sloths. One key solution is to keep them in your heart, but leave them in the wild. Xenarthrans should not be kept as pets. Support programs that save their natural habitat so they can have a forever home. Research and buy sustainably sourced products. This may encourage countries to keep their forests and not turn them into cattle ranches, plantations, or cities. If you are a tourist, do not pay to pet or hold a sloth. This is very stressful for them. One misconception is that when a sloth is holding its arm out, that it's trying to wave, practice yoga, or wanting to be held. This is not true. Sloths have slow metabolisms and don't move fast. Holding its arm out means that it is scared and you are too close. Their smiling grin you see is how they look all the time. They can't help it. Don't support facilities that claim that their wild sloths like to be held. If you are lucky enough to spot a sloth in the wild, give it space and appreciate what you found. They camouflage so well, you should be proud of your accomplishment. Sloths cannot see in bright light, so do not use a flash. If you are having trouble photographing it, make a mental picture. Not everything needs to be documented on social media. When you see a sloth, act like one. Move slowly and stay quiet. Every year on the 3rd Saturday of October, we celebrate International Sloth Day. It's a great opportunity to share your knowledge with your friends. Tell them about the threats they face, but more importantly, tell them the many solutions that we can do every day to help conserve sloths. Sloths are so important, and we can be part of the solution. Want to be a superhero for sloths and their close relatives? Visit xenarthrans.org on how you can help.